All right, let's get you launched. So, even if you hate technology, don't know what an SEO is, or have a meager budget, this presentation is going to help you get your website launched so that people can find you and you can help more people. So, this will be the kind of brief overview what we'll talk about in this presentation. I'll give you a background of who I am, why you need a beautiful site, and then I'll go through exactly the process that I do when I build sites for clients. So this is me. I tried my best to get a matrix job in 2009. It didn't work out. So I began freelance copywriting in LA. And it was then that a friend and mentor introduced me to Squarespace. And I slowly started building a clientele based on referrals. And I still do this today for clients. I do a lot of other things, but I really am passionate about Squarespace web design specifically, and was even invited to speak at a couple of conferences by Squarespace in Amsterdam last year. So I know what I'm talking about. And now I really love helping conscious business owners and creatives share their gifts with the world through content marketing strategies as well as minimalist web design. And I know when you're first starting out, it can be kind of daunting. Everyone knows you need a website, but it can be daunting with all the choices that are available, and it can feel really overwhelming. So I'm here to sort of alleviate that and guide you in the right direction. So you probably already understand why you need a beautiful site, but maybe some of these benefits you haven't thought about. So it does build credibility. So especially if you're just starting out, having a beautiful website can actually build trust and prove that you're capable of doing something even before you really are. So you may not have any client base, but if your website looks really beautiful and professional, it acts as social proof. So for example, a few years ago, I was co-founding a nonprofit, and we were able to secure like really big sponsors and partners just based on our website. We weren't even officially registered. We had people who were donating product to us, companies that were donating product to us, and we weren't even officially registered as a nonprofit. So this stuff really works. And sharing is caring. So I know you're not in business just to make money. Like that. You're not a conscious business owner if you're only out to make money. You're probably in it to share your gifts and to help people. And so this is a way that people can find you and display it. It's a way for you to display your valuable information about who you are, why you're qualified, and what your offerings are. And this kind of eliminates a lot of the elusiveness of how people find you, or if you're the right fit. It can give people kind of an understanding of what your vibe is and if they're going to connect with you or if they want to invest in time and money with you. Um, a website can provide all of that. It also acts as search engine optimization. So this really, really, really benefits my business. I've had a blog on my website for over 10 years, and I still to this day get organic traffic coming in just based on my blog. And I've gotten a lot of opportunities with that as well. I've made friends through my blog, just random people who landed on me based on Google. And I've also gotten clients. So this stuff still works. And now even ChatGPT is even pulling in, is even scraping websites. And if your website is, if they can identify you as a professional in your field, ChatGPT will recommend you to people. I had a client call recently, and she told me that she found my website through ChatGPT. ChatGPT recommended me as a person. She's a Reiki healer, and they recommended me because I work with Squarespace and I work with healers and conscious business owners. So this stuff works, even if it feels like you're shouting into a void or no one's going to your website or your website traffic is really low. Um, Google understands how to deliver, how to present you to the people who need you most. And then finally, it's a portal to purpose. So I know it can feel really scary to feel seen or to make yourself seen, to put your ideas out there, to to step out of your comfort zone. But you're not going to help anybody if you stay small. You're not going to help people if they can't find you. So this think of think of the website as a portal to uh, people being able to find you, and you actually living an authentic life, um, and fulfilling your purpose. Okay, so you can also, since this is a video, you can feel free to pause as we go through this. This, uh, I'll give you all the steps, and you can pause and just like do it with me, or do it on your own on your own time. But really, this is the process I follow when I'm building a website for clients. So my website builds start at $1,500, and that's for a basic website. So this is information is at least worth $1,500. So it'll at least save you that much. And yeah, hopefully it will give you a foundation uh, that you can feel confident to start building your own website. So the first thing that I would do is I would stalk my clients' competitors. So how you do this, you would Google your service and then enter, if you're a brick and mortar business, like if you live in Berlin or you live in Managua or you live in New York City, you would Google your service plus your city. And then on that first page of search results, click all the links that appear to be businesses or entrepreneurs. So be aware that you're not looking for, you're not landing on like yellow page, kind of aggregate websites, or news articles, or yeah, try to only pick results that come up with that appear to be businesses or solopreneurs, and really stick to that first page, because the whole goal of this is not just to find websites that you resonate with, that you like the aesthetic, but that are also showing up on the first page of Google, because there's a reason why those sites are showing up. And then I want you to go through um, and note all of the pages or features that they have in common. So it could be that there's a home page. Well, always there's a home page. The home page is the page that you land on. Could be they all share an about page. There's probably a contact page. And then just briefly write down all the features you like about each. So maybe you like that there's a scrolling, it's like a one page scrolling site, or maybe you like that there's a banner that scrolls, or you like that there's a big lifestyle image, or you like maybe that there's a video that pops up. So just go ahead, go through all the features that you like about each and write them down. You can also note the things that you don't like. Once you have that list, I want you to go over to squarespace.com/templates and view the recommended templates for your industry. So I always tell people who are not really familiar with, who maybe are, you know, tech savvy but not necessarily website design savvy, really stick to your template in Squarespace, because Squarespace has invested a lot of money in hiring designers to create these templates. So they are aesthetically pleasing, they function, and they're they're good enough, and they will give you that professional polish that you wouldn't be able to do if you just built a website from scratch. So here you can see other businesses who are currently using this template, as well as preview a demo site. So Squarespace will show you actually what um, what businesses are actually using that template, can be helpful, because you can actually see websites in real life that are using the template. It's not just a demo site. So just go and choose a template that resonates with you, and then we'll create a site plan. So what is a site plan? A site plan, you can read it here. It's a list of all the text and images that you need for your page. So basically, a site plan, think of it as like a roadmap. So the template is the roadmap. And then the site plan is actually um, kind of all of the different, well, I'm trying to use this analogy as a roadmap. Okay, wait. So the template is basically like the foundation, the structure, and the site plan is like what is actually going in where. So yeah, you can think about it in like architecture and the hopefully I get this analogy right. In architecture, like it's the layout of the house, and then maybe the site plan would be where the couch goes, where the fridge goes, where the bed goes. So it's think of it as like the interior. So we have the exterior foundation, and then we have the interior. And so what does that entail? Really, it's just images and text. That also includes logo and branding, but we'll get into that. So the quickest way to create a site plan, like you could do wireframes and all these things, just follow the template as close as possible. You might need to delete pages and stuff as you go, but follow the template as close as possible. So once you choose your template, literally go through each page of that template and make a list of what you need. Use it as a guide and to bring your ideas you've gathered from competitors or inspiration. So, for example, if you land on a Squarespace template and the home page has a one sentence sort of summary of who you are and then a giant lifestyle image, you would literally write like homepage lifestyle image plus one sentence summary of what my company is, or a catchy tagline, or um, a one paragraph about me section, and try to keep as close to the word count as possible on the template. So this will really bring that professional aesthetic to your website. People really get carried away with text on their websites, especially, and you can tell when they've kind of done it themselves because they'll just have like a homepage full of text. And really, you just want to give people a gist of what you do. You want to pique their curiosity. You don't need to give them the whole shebang. Uh, you just need to give a taste of who you are and what you do, and you can kind of you can give more clues as they sort of move through your website, but really less is more here. And this is where ChatGPT can really help you. So say you have one paragraph, or you have space for one paragraph, like a short paragraph about me section on the homepage of your template, and say you have three paragraphs of information, and you're like, how am I going to fit all of this information about who I am into this one paragraph? Ask ChatGPT to help you. So say that you need these three paragraphs. You need them in you need to condense them into two sentences, and then you can sort of word play with that. Okay, so then the next stage is to gather content. So you're gonna gather images. I've offered a budget option, and a better option. So I know that when you first start out, especially as an entrepreneur, it can feel a little like money is just going out, and it's hard to sort of justify another expense. So that's why I try to give you budget and better options. So when you start to make a little bit more money, you can sort of start upgrading your presentation on your website. So avoid using your own photos unless you are actually a photographer. um, it's probably going to look pixelated, or it's not going to be aesthetically pleasing. Um, yeah. Or, yeah, if you have a friend, you can also ask them if they have a really good camera or they're a photographer themselves. So, yeah, budget, you can use unsplash.com. So Unsplash now has a paid feature. So make sure that you're finding images that are in the public domain, and that way you don't actually have to source them, and you're free to use them. You can use them in any way, I think, except if you actually sell prints of those images. So unsplash.com is basically an aggregate website of photographers. They submit their photos, and then you can use them freely. I used this quite a bit in the past. You can also experiment with ChatGPT or OpenArt.ai. OpenArt.ai, um, it, both are subscription based. I'm not sure the pricing and stuff, but they're pretty affordable, and you can get a lot out of them. Option two, obviously, is to hire a photographer. You can also consider swapping skills. So if you are a dog walker and you need some really great photos for your website, you can ask a photographer to in exchange for photography skills, you can walk their dog. So you can get creative with how you actually find your or actually how you fund your website. Okay, so next is content. So where do you find your content? Um, a hack is to copy your competitors. So obviously not word for word. We don't want to do that. But the three websites you found in the beginning when you were stalking your competitors, you can actually just like pull their about me, and you can ask ChatGPT to um, write you a bio in the style of that person, and you can ask ChatGPT. You can have a conversation. You can say, "What information do you need from me in order to make this bio match this one?" And then they'll ask you questions. You'll answer. ChatGPT will ask you questions. You'll answer the questions, and then they'll deliver a biography of you in the style of that person. And then you can play with the word count. You can play with the style, with the tone, uh, and yeah. So I think this is a really great option for people who are on a budget. And then the better option, obviously, is to hire a copywriter who understands how to uh, craft content in your specific industry. You can use Upwork.com, Freelancer.com, or again, you can do Work Trade or Skill Swap in exchange for really good content. The last piece of content is branding. So branding includes color, like your brand colors, as well as your logo and your fonts. So Squarespace already has fonts built in. I wouldn't mess with them. I would just kind of keep going with whatever template you choose. Again, we're talking about getting you launched as soon as possible. So try not to overthink every little decision. You can always go back and update your website. You can always update your logo, update your fonts, update all the content. You can always just redo your website completely once money starts coming in and you want to redo your brand completely. So don't try not to get hung up on all these like little decisions you have to make. Make a decision and move on, and know that you can always go back and change it if you need to. So budget, obviously, use Canva.com to help you create a logo. Um, there's also many tools. You can just do a quick Google search. There's new ones that are popping up every day. I tend to really like Canva. I have a membership as well. So, and it's also it's run by a woman. Founded by a woman. I think it's just really cool what they offer. Um, and then you can use Squarespace to help you choose branding colors. So they also have like a branding color sort of section in there when you're building the site. And then I recommend using the font packs that are included within Squarespace. So Squarespace has actually selected fonts that go well together. Again, they spend a lot of money investing in designers to create these font packs. Like, don't unless you are a font pack creator, um, don't think that your font packs are better than what these designers have created. I just make it simple for yourself. I work with clients sometimes, and they're really adamant about having a particular font, and they want me to upload the font, and then they end up having problems later on when the site updates and things. Just make it as easy as possible for yourself. There are font packs already included. Choose one that you like and move on. Make the decision and move on. Again, you can always change it at any time in the future. And then better hire a branding expert who can help you kind of eliminate all those decisions, or offer work trade. Again, I'm a big work trade person. So we're almost done, and I'm going to be under 20 minutes. This is amazing. Before you go live, make sure to answer the following questions. Connect your social media accounts. Connect your domain. Did you input SEO info? Did you write meta descriptions on your photos? Did you write meta descriptions on the back end of your site? Do all your backlinks and buttons work? Have you checked your links? Do they work? Did you proofread your content? Did you test all the forms? That's also really important. Have you looked at your site on different devices like tablets, mobile phones, big screen TVs? More people are searching the internet on big screen TVs now, so or big screens. So test your site on all these different devices and make sure that all the photos and the images and the text and everything flows. Did you optimize your images? Are you using the right sizes and the right resolutions? And lastly, I'm Nicole Paulus. If you need help, I'm always here for you. You can email me. You can go to my website, nicolepaulus.com. I have different options for different budgets. If you want a full site build, you just don't want to handle this, you don't want to do this, I can do it for you. I also do tutoring, and I also do customized templates for a lower price range. So just reach out. Thank you for watching.